Hey, what's up, personal finance students? Welcome back. It is Wednesday, April 29th, the second to last day of April 2020. It is day 26 of our COVID-19 stay at home learning experience, e-learning with personal finance through econlowdown.org. And yesterday we had a open-ended question up on econlowdown.org that some of you answered. Some of you haven't had a chance to answer it yet, but please do. We're about to log in and I'll show you what I'm talking about if you're not already familiar with it. Those of you who did answer, I was intrigued. We're talking about the minimum wage. I finished yesterday's video talking about unemployment, right? And how I'm still waiting on that money to hit the bank account for my wife's unemployment. We qualified for it, but we haven't gotten it yet. But it's based on a living wage, right? The amount that people get. And that was the question of the day yesterday. Let's take a look at Econ Lowdown. First, we're going to go into, as always, Blackbaud. Go to our Blackbaud personal finance class page, right, where we have our e-learning instructions, and we have that one more reminder. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., Zoom meeting. Don't forget about it. Make sure you log in. There will be a link up there. There will be a link sent to you. However you want to get there, follow the link to the Zoom meeting and make sure you log in at 10 a.m. tomorrow for our class Zoom meeting. Remember, that is participation points. It's a way to earn some participation points, but you don't have to talk. You don't have to share video, right? Just check in. If you absolutely cannot log in due to a conflict or due to technical difficulties, please contact me to let me know. That way, we can exempt you from it. But if I don't hear from you and I don't see you in the Zoom meeting, you lose those participation points. You get a 0 for that. So make sure you, at the very least, contact me if you can't make it to the Zoom meeting. But ideally, I want to see as many of you as I can in that Zoom meeting tomorrow, Thursday, April 30th, 10 a.m. Let's go to the econlowdown.org link. That'll take us to this page. Always like to zoom in so I can get a good view. There we go. And submit. There we go. And again, the link's right there, right? No matter how you want to get here, there's plenty of ways to access that Zoom meeting. No reason, no excuse for anyone not accessing that Zoom meeting. But if we scroll down to the bottom, we will see the written assessment for yesterday. What is a living wage, right? And I said yesterday that I think $15 an hour across the country is a good living minimum wage. Some people said lower, some people said higher. Those of you who answered the question, I think $12 an hour was thrown out there. That's probably pretty good for at least around here. Missouri is a pretty low cost of living state, and over in Illinois, the east side as well. Not the highest cost of living compared to other parts of the country. Out in California, $12 an hour probably is not enough. The state minimum wage in Missouri and Illinois is much lower than that, right? They're like around 8 something an hour, and that was what someone else suggested. Someone said that that's enough. Maybe. It depends on your lifestyle. But that's the question, right? What is an appropriate minimum hourly wage for someone to live off of, to be able to pay all their bills and take care of all their responsibilities? And if the minimum wage is too low, what should we raise it to, right? People talk about raising it to a living wage. Those who don't think that $8.25 or $8.50 an hour is enough to be lived off of, argue that the government should raise the minimum wage. And that is today's assignment. A reading Q&A. It's the last one here at the bottom before you get to the link to our daily YouTube messages, which you're watching right now. Would increasing the minimum wage reduce poverty? And this is an article. You're going to read the article, and there's 5 questions to answer about the article. Remember yesterday we were looking at what is productivity. I took the quiz. I gave you number 1. I got number 1 right. I got one of them wrong, right? I got 88%. But if we take a look at this, right, remember, this is just a short video. What happens when we get played? Yeah. It's all about productivity, right?
She owns her own business, making and selling.
Whether you own your own business or you work for someone else, productivity is all about inputs and outputs, right?
An input is any resource used to
and when we've been talking about, getting an education, what's the point of getting it? Why do people with more education make more money? Because they are more productive, right? What you make is based on productivity, right?
With experience,
the more you can put out, the more output you can produce, either in stuff, goods, or services, the more valuable you are, and therefore the more you get paid. So more experience, more education, more skills, more talents make you more productive, meaning you're going to get paid more, right? That's the whole point of this.
Productivity is a measure of economic performance that indicates how efficiently inputs are converted into output. Growth in productivity.
So when we look at, high wage jobs versus low wage jobs, people who make minimum wage at their jobs, why do they make such a low wage compared to the manager, compared to people, who are professionals who have more education? Because those people can produce more. They're more productive. They can make more money for the company that they work for, therefore they get paid more.
Produce more output or have more free time, improving her standard of living. Similarly, the standard of living for the country as a whole depends on improvement in overall productivity. Historically, productivity growth has
that last part's very important.
For workers and higher profits for businesses.
Higher wages for workers, higher profits for businesses. The way to get higher wages is higher productivity. How do you get higher productivity? By gaining experience, gaining skills, gaining knowledge, right? And that's why we've been preaching. You don't have to go to college right after high school. There's lots of different options. But anything you can do to increase your productivity, to increase your skills, will increase your wages, right? But then, once you've taken this quiz, right, I've got this quiz me, and I got to remember number 1, change in output, change in inputs. That was correct. What's number 2? What is the measure of economic performance that indicates how efficiently inputs are converted into an output? That's productivity. See, these are easy, right? Remember, you can retake these quizzes as many times as you need to. So if you haven't already, finish that quiz. If you have, go ahead and start on this article, which I think is really interesting, right? This is an economist who kind of looks at both points, right? Would increasing the minimum wage reduce poverty, right? It's got a quote from former President Barack Obama to lead it off. So it's an interesting article, and there's just 5 questions to answer after you read the article. So take a look at that. And as always, if you have any questions, please contact me. Let me know. Make sure you're logging into Econ Lowdown every day. Make sure you log into that Zoom meeting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.